Hello everyone, this is Sandy from Talk of Thailand, and this particular video, or this section of the video anyway, is to explain what happened during this video. In that last Thursday, I went out and we went out for a meal, the first meal we went out properly for a long time. So we were out at this meal and I thought, well, I'm going to make a video of it, and maybe some people there will enjoy seeing where we went and the sort of food we had. But in the days preceding Thursday, there's been an awful lot of talk about this new Thailand pass, which has been brought in to assist getting tourists back into Thailand. Now, it's had a lot of problems since it started, with not working and additions and alterations and certain emails not being accepted and certain documents not being accepted. And it's been a real bit of a disaster to the start, actually, even though they say it's going well. But I think that they've ironed out a lot of the problems now, so I hear. But I wanted to talk a bit about that, the Thailand pass system. And then also, since we were at our meal and I was going to edit it one day this weekend, many other things have happened also this week. It's maybe even more news and a little bit more disastrous for people here in Thailand, and particularly here in Pattaya. So if you want to know the problems we're having and what I'm talking about, please keep watching. I'm going to go out for dinner. I'm out for dinner with my wife and daughter, and we're having a meal. So please come and join us. You'll be welcome. Hello there, this is Sandy from Talk of Thailand, and it's Thursday the 11th of November, Remembrance Day, and today we're come down to a small fishing village just not far from Pattaya. For those that know the area, it's Banampur. We like to come down to this restaurant here. It's very pleasant place to come, but very quiet just now. As you can see, it's yeah, very quiet just now. So I wanted to make this video today actually because Remembrance Day is always a sad day for myself and probably other people that have been in the services, etc. Makes me think back to my days in the Falklands and other sad times when I was in the Navy. But the past is the past, and you know, I was also thinking today, you know, now I'm 72, and obviously on the downward side of the hill as far as life's concerned, but I'm relatively lucky that I'm still feeling pretty good. But living here in Pattaya at the moment is good for us actually. It's nice and quiet, and if you're not worried about going out to the bars and the nightclubs and all the rest of it, then hey, it's a good place to be. It could be better. They could have better control of the virus, and there could be better aspects to general living here. Fortunately, my daughter has been for a COVID test today and will be going back to school on Monday, quite highly probable. And that's after more than a year away from school. So we're glad to see that. I think it's had some very severe consequences on our mental situation and our character building, etc., being away from all our friends, etc. And it's also caused some interface problems at home with the mother, etc. But hopefully when she gets back to school next week, that will start improving and we can all start getting back to a little bit better life. Yesterday here, the news in Pattaya was that we heard that the government, the local government actually, had decided that it was highly unlikely that they were going to open any of the entertainment venues, i.e. pubs and nightclubs, this year. This year only consists of another month or so, so that's not too long, but I think a lot of people were hoping that it was going to start opening up on December the 1st to try and get some tourists in and maybe start getting a little bit of trade in the bars, etc. On the bars, you know, it's going to be a long, long time, even when they do start opening and they start getting themselves organised, before they can really start getting back to themselves. And I don't think they'll ever get back to the old way that Pattaya was before. Many people in Pattaya have got different ideas now, and I think Pattaya is going to be a much different place once it starts opening up again and once we start getting tourists back. They're looking for a higher class of tourists, and they're looking for people with money to spend, there is, as I've said in other videos, there's a lot of modifications going on in Pattaya for general improvements. Another point about this video I wanted to make actually is from all the reports we've had, about the entry requirements for people coming in and tourists, even in this new Thailand pass system. It's a very ambiguous means of entry into Thailand, and there's a lot of hidden aspects in there that could have serious effects on people that want to come and visit Thailand, and with high consequential incidental costs that they didn't expect to happen. For instance, we heard news yesterday about some people that were coming in together, and two men shared a taxi down to wherever they were going. Excuse me. And when they got to their hotel and they went through their mandatory PCR check or whatever it's called, and one of them was found to have COVID. Now he was immediately moved out of that hotel into a quarantine hotel. Now he's not really symptomatic, and he's got no symptoms at all. And the other guy in the taxi, he was also moved into a quarantine hotel. The first one was proved positive. He's to be quarantined for 14 days, and the second one is to be quarantined for 10 days, all at their own expense. Now the fact is, if they're not hospitalized, then it's very unlikely that their insurances are going to cover them. So there's very hefty costs to being stuck in a quarantine hotel, and it's certainly no way to have a holiday here in Thailand. People need to consider this very, very seriously when they're thinking about coming here, because it's not so good. There was another instance where apparently a family came in, the family of a man and woman and their 2 children. Well, the man proved to be positive on his check on arrival. He was once again sent to hospital this time for quarantine for 14 days. Once again, absolutely symptomatic, no real indication of having COVID at all. But his family were put into a 10-day ASQ quarantine hotel as well, and the total bill is expected to be about 350,000 baht. 350,000 baht, just for their quarantine at the start of their holiday. and it's very unlikely that that the insurance is going to pick up much of it. They might pick up his because he's been hospitalised, but certainly the family in the hotel, I don't think the insurance are going to entertain that. But anyway, that's I'll cover that some more later in this video. But just now I wanted to open it up and let you see what's happening here and on the beach and how quiet it is, etc. So I'll continue this video later, and I'll thank you for watching now. Do you remember them balloons, Sandra?
She just said she wondered.
No. Wow, the food looks good, huh?
That one you say you want to try.
Oh, is it? You chim, yeah?
Not yet.
Okay. Some nice fried rice. And this is fish roe soup with tamarind. So this will be quite interesting. We haven't tried this before, so it's going to be interesting. And we've got the... this is...
Morning glory.
Morning glory vegetables. It's normally done in oyster sauce and some sesame oil. Very, very tasty. It looks like my wife's got some somtam there. A spicy Thai salad. And I'm waiting for my delicacy, which is actually just arriving. Okay. That's squid in butter. The other one to come that I'm waiting for is my oysters, my large oysters. I've ordered 3 of them. They're about £1.50 each, 70 baht Thai. So, but I really enjoy them, and to have 2 or 3 of them really makes my meal here. So, wonderful, wonderful. Very, very quiet. The tanks over there with all the different seafood in there, prawns and oysters, and I think I saw some lobsters there as well when I came in. It's a very nice restaurant. This is about 20 minutes drive from Pattaya, so it's not too far. It's easy enough to get a taxi down here and not too expensive. And on a nice day, it's beautiful down here. The children can go down on the beach there, and you can actually eat down here, but obviously that's a nice evening eating place. But during the day, if the sun's out, it's impossible to sit down now. And here's my 3 King of the Road oysters here. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And if you look at these king prawns up here, river prawns, eh? These are not from the sea, these are from the river. Giant king prawns from the river. Absolutely wonderful. Sorry? No. Cannot. When it comes down and it's sunny, we can have, okay? Come on then, eat your dinner up nice and good.
Can buy that then?
No, if you can eat everything finished, maybe I'll think about it.
I can eat everything finished. Yeah,
Show me that big one again. Wow. That's wonderful. And this delicious soup, I've never tried this before. Very strong in the tamarind, and it's sweet and sour at the same time. It's got fish eggs and something else in it, and vegetables, of course. Very nice. And I've already started on my oysters. These river prawns are amazing, absolutely amazing, huge.
Daddy, I eat that, Daddy.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Really big.
Very big, yes.
Yummy, Daddy.
Unfortunately, unlike most other areas in Thailand, alcohol is still forbidden here in restaurants, and the bars and nightclubs, etc., are not open. So they're hoping that maybe by Christmas they might be able to relax the regulations on alcohol in restaurants. It's really, really sad that people can't have a beer or a glass of wine or something with their meal. However, I've got to say that today we're sticking to the Coke, as you can see. Nice Coke, and I've also got some bottle of water here that I brought, some very nice water that I brought from home here, and I put a drop of that in the Coke, and it makes the Coke taste much nicer. And I won't inform you any more of what type of water it is, but I'll leave that to your imagination. It's not Russian water, so it might be. So. That was a wonderful meal that we thoroughly enjoyed for a change. It's a shame you can't. It's a great pity that you can't buy a beer or a glass of wine to go with it. And I hope they kind of ease off of that before Christmas anyway, because it would just make a little bit of nice aspect of Christmas if you go out to a meal and you can sit and have a family meal and a drink. That would be very pleasant. So anyway, that was a day out, and I was going to add a bit more to that video, and now but things have moved on significantly in the last couple of days. The main one actually is they have announced that the restrictions on bars and leisure entertainment places, nightclubs, etc. These places will remain closed except in very specific areas according to the sandbox, etc. These facilities are going to remain closed until the 16th of January next year. And even then, they will only reopen then, dependent upon the condition of the situation at that time. So even then, it's not to be relied upon. I've already seen some reactions here from business owners, etc. And to them, it's the end. We're looking at another 2 months nearly, and they've come to the end of the tether, and some of them are quite really distraught. And it is sad. It is sad, I must admit. But there we go. However, so saying, I still see that 1 or 2 people have started new have purchased bars and are busy fitting them out, getting ready for when they will open. Well, best of luck to them. Strike while everything's on the down, and you might save some money, I guess. But it's not looking good. And also, there's a lot of talk now about, because certain areas in Thailand are opening up, and some aspects like restaurants have opened up. Landlords who rent out these facilities, restaurants, bars, and etc., they are now looking for any rent that's outstanding, and also the key money. Now, for those that don't understand what key money is, if you have a business premises for like a bar or something, it's quite common for the people that are renting the bar to you to also charge you an additional annual fee, which they call key money. And I think it's more of a tax evasion system for the Thais who have the property, and it's very hard going on the proprietors of the people who are leasing these buildings, because they're already struggling and lost most of everything, and now they're facing the big bills, and people are wanting the money now. So that's another additional factor that's hurting people here. So to summarize everything I wanted to tell you, please be aware of the things that can go wrong if you do decide that you do want to come here in the very near future. It's not advisable. I wouldn't advise it, but I know some people will want to do it. I can understand a lot of the people that have been locked out of the country, away from their families, etc. here, and they've been desperate to get back for a long time. Well, for sure, this is an opportunity for them to come in, but there is additional expenses involved in the insurance, etc. But it's a way of getting back access to the country. But for anybody contemplating a nice Christmas visit here, some rounds of golf, some nice meals, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not something I think is going to be too good here at all, actually. There's every chance that the golf courses, the ones that have opened again, they might have to close again. They've all been depending on the high season, and the high season's now started, and there's nobody here, and there's very few people coming. So if I was home in the UK, or I'd be advising people the other parts of the world, I'd say, look, the two real alternatives, I would say, if you have been contemplating Thailand, is one, stay at home, have a nice warm Christmas and have a happy Christmas at home, wherever home may be, or alternatively, find a country that's not making things not so hostile for tourists to come in and make them take risks that it's not fair for any tourist to be asked to take. There's many other countries in the world where the weather will be good as well, and they're accessible. Not so much in Asia, I'm afraid, but in other areas of the world. Yes, stay at home or find somewhere else. I think that would be my best advice. I don't think it's going to be a very nice place to bring your families, etc., for a break now. Hopefully sometime into the next year we will see an opportunity to do that. That would be nice. I personally would love to see people coming back and give the whole town and the country some atmosphere again, because it's lost its atmosphere, it's lost its charm, and it's becoming a bit of an eyesore and a sad place to walk around, and that's the truth of the matter. So I think I better not rabble on too much longer. That's the message. Be careful what you're doing, think about what you want to do, and stay safe. Bye for now.